I'm here with Jeff Hart, and we are discussing leadership. Hey Jeff, what are the differences between being a leader and being a manager?
When I think of someone who's a leader, I think of someone who day in and day out, looks to make a difference, who, whether it be in the public sector or private sector, personal life or, public life, looks to try to make a difference and try to better everything. A manager is someone who I think, does it for a living and does it for a particular self-interest. They might be a leader, but, when they're in the management role, they're looking to do something to make a product happen or to make a service happen. As where a leader might, be a Boy Scout troop leader or some community service leader or, someone who just completely selfless, not out for profit, wants to make a difference in the world. So that's the difference, in my opinion, between a leader and a manager.
All right. What do you think some of the most important behaviors and qualities are of a leader?
You've got to be trustworthy. You have to be someone that people can come to and let you know anything and everything that's going on, and know that it's going to be kept between you and them. Honest. You can't ever deceive people, because as soon as you are dishonest, you're going to lose the first one, which is trust. You got to be willing to do the right thing, always, regardless of who's watching or what it may or may not, lead to. Because if you're not going to go out and do the right thing, you're gonna be a follower real fast. And another quality that I would think would just be someone who has the courage to stand up when it does come down to doing the right thing, and says hey to their boss or to a supervisor or to someone who may or may not have an influence on their future endeavors, and says we've got to change this. This has to be done, and this has to be stopped now. So I think that's some of the qualities that a leader has to have.
All right. What do you think some of the worst things are about being a leader?
Well, probably the worst one that any leader would tell you would just be the responsibility day in and day out. And not so much that they'd be complaining, but they're always having to be responsible. And anything that happens or fails to happen, they're ultimately going to be responsible for. So I think that would probably be the worst thing. And I think that'd really be the absolute worst thing. I can't really think of anything bad about being a leader other than, the responsibility, and the grind day in and day out.
Now, what do you think the best thing about being a leader would be?
You're in a position where you can personally make a difference. You can, change the status quo. You can, make something else happen if it needs to happen, and you don't have to rely on anybody else. If you're turning to me for me to lead you through that, I'm the one who's going to change it. I'm going to make it happen. As where if I'm the leader, I don't have anyone to turn to. I have to make it happen. So something that's, that's that question.
All right. Who are some of your role models?
Well, my parents are definitely role models that I really turn to. They taught me, what hard work can bring, how to always do the right thing and make the right choices in life. A couple of NCOs and officers that I've had throughout my military career, I can turn to and say that those have definitely been very influential. They've always given me the little push and, given me the drive to go on and try to better myself. And I guess a couple of public leaders, Presidents Johnson, FDR, and Eisenhower are definitely some people that I really turn to, just because if you look at their careers, they were always about facing adversity and trying to overcome, and they always persevere. So those are some leaders that I really look up to.
That's great. All right, Jeff, thank you very much for your time.
No problem.